you want another one?
Fine.
Do you want to, I can get Liam's fan from his room.
I'm fine.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can we have some sound?
Sound, you mean the sound?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're on.
Yeah, we are on.
Right.
We are on.
Okay, let's start letting some people in. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Korea Open Day. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful, sunny, little bit windy Friday.
Am I admitting all?
Yeah, admit all. We are about to get into an amazing panel discussion about all things career, life, work, learning, and
Plenty more within
all
the
that
STEM
good
2D
stuff.
career. A warm welcome to everyone. Sorry. There we go.
Welcome everyone. Let us know in the chat how you're doing. Type us a message, say hello, let us know where you're joining from. Send us your names, how many learners you've got joining us, all that good stuff. We want to talk to you today. That's why we are here.
Yes.
Welcome to Korea Open Day, everyone. You are in the right place. Welcome.
At the right time. Yay.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us promptly. It makes a world of difference. Okay. Am I going YouTube? Eh?
Yes, you're going.
If you monitor the
I'll do the Zoom, yeah.
I'll do
Awesome.
Who's joining us on YouTube? Let us know, everyone. Welcome to Korea Open Day, brought to you by Johnson & Johnson and Steve. We're about to get into an awesome discussion about all things STEM 2D. Do you know what STEM 2D is? You're in the right place. Welcome.
You're about to find out.
That was cool, hey?
You're about to find out.
That was so slick.
A warm welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for those joining via Zoom, those joining via YouTube. Happy Friday, and thank you so much for committing to participate in this program starting today. Yeah, you're more than welcome to turn your cameras on and just give us a wave. But thank you so much. Warm welcome to everyone. So we've got a few educators already join us on Zoom, Matt. So, yay.
Welcome, teachers.
Welcome.
Awesome to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining. We look forward to getting into this discussion about STEM 2D careers in a couple of minutes. It's almost 2 o'clock and then we will be ready to go. Thanks for joining on time, everyone, and welcome again to Korea Open Day.
You're more than welcome to comment in the Zoom chat to say hi. How you doing? And also just to make sure that you are able to hear us. So if there's any sound issues, if we're too soft, if you can't hear us properly, comment in the Zoom chat below and we will have a look at it and see to it soon. Thank you. How's your day been so far? Oh, how do you guys like our little party,
Balloons.
our party theme?
It's a party, it's a STEM 2D party. Welcome everyone to Career Open Day. Yeah, my day's good. How's yours been?
Been good, been good. I'm excited for this program today.
What did you get up to this morning?
Nothing much, just prepping for this afternoon. So yeah, let's just get this party started. Oh, and it's a lovely day in Cape Town today, by the way. Let us know how it is in Gauteng.
Shout out to the people joining us on YouTube. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Career Open Day. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know where you're watching us from, where you're joining us from.
Hi, Teacher Hazel. Thank you so much.
Teacher Hazel, you the bomb.
Teacher Hazel.
Career Open Day.
Are you from Johannesburg Secondary School?
Johannesburg Secondary School.
Okay, fine. Okay, Shame, I think you muted. Let me just wait, Mrs. Hazel. Let's just check some technical difficulties. Just hold. Thank you so much. Sorry for that.
Okay,
we just
should be
checking
good
our
to go
sound.
now.
Okay. I'm from Johannesburg Secondary School.
Oh, he's from Johannesburg Secondary School. The learners with the most sign-ups.
Awesome.
We can't. Oh, and it's the sound on the. Oops, there. It is on the. Okay. Okay, we've got another teacher connecting to audio. She might think there might be audio issues on that side, but.
Welcome to Career Open Day, everybody. We are just sorting out a few technical difficulties with the sound, nothing unusual. Hopefully we are going to be able to see and hear you soon. Yeah, I just changed it to Samsung and display.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we just going to have that tested out and then change it back.
Hi everybody, sorry, it's Lauren talking from Future Me. We're just trying to test out our sound. Matt and Jojo seem to have sound technical issues.
Okay, sorry, apologies for that. We're just trying to sort out the sound at the moment. You know these technical moments. Hi, Lauren.
Can you hear me?
Sorry, no, we can't hear you.
Teacher Hazel, you can hear me?
Just do that. Sorry, no. Say something, Laura.
Hi, can you hear me? I'm talking. Not sure if you guys can hear me.
Very faint on the computer. A warm welcome to those who've just joined. Apologies, we just got some technical difficulties with sound from participants, so we're just going to get that sorted now.
Okay, let's try again, La. Thanks.
Lauren from the tech team will just.
Can you hear me?
No, just keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Talking to you, testing.
Okay. That's getting a bit better. Okay, just try again.
Testing. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to the Game Changer program. We're just testing our sound.
Okay, we got you. We got you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry about that, Teacher Hazel. You can go ahead and say what you wanted to say. Say hi to us.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, we can hear you. Woo-hoo!
Sorry? You want to ask something? Yes. Yes, go ahead, ask. Am I allowed to record this session?
We will record it for you and it'll be available on our YouTube channel afterwards. So you don't have to worry about recording. We'll take care of it for you. Thanks for the question.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Okay, we've just got 1 more minute left before everyone starts streaming in. You've still got time to make yourself a cup of tea if you want to. But yeah, we're just going to admit a few others as well. Okay, awesome. So everyone else is co-host, right?
Alice, you could have put the best.
Has just joined us and a bunch of other people. Welcome to Career Open Day, brought to you by Johnson & Johnson and Future Me. We are about to get into an awesome discussion about all things STEM 2D. If you don't know what STEM 2D is, you're in the right place because you're about to find out. Welcome, Kiara. Woo! Woo-hoo! Okay, who's with us? Let us know in the chat. Send us a message. Let us know where you're joining from, what your name is, what you had for lunch, you know, all that good stuff. We want to hear from you. That is what today is all about. Welcome to Career Open Day, everyone. Can we have some music again?
Yeah, sure. I think I'm put the volume down. We can listen to some music. You still got some time to grab yourself a glass of water or cold drink, a cup of tea or biscuit.
Oh, a biscuit. Phew, Jody.
Hello to all our subscribers and our YouTube participants. So they will be...
Okay, we got a bunch of people joining us on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube viewers. Let us know how you're doing in the chat. We are going to be monitoring your comments and your chat messages. If you're joining us on Zoom, you can also reach us by sending a message there. Let's see some messages. Tell us who you are, where you're joining from, and how you're feeling about today's session.
Send us some emojis.
Career Open Day, and yeah, we look forward to getting started. Welcome, Joy from Swansbeek High. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have some local flavor in this digital event. Awesome to have you with us. We've got some heart emojis
as well. Thank you, Kutama.
Awesome. Okay, the messages are streaming in, the participants are streaming in, the viewers are streaming in, the speakers are streaming in, and we are streaming live. Welcome to Career Open Day, everybody. We're so glad to have you with us, and we can't wait to get today's discussion about science, tech, engineering, maths, manufacturing, and design started.
Woohoo!
Okay,
right,
let me get on that music.
The music going.
Sorry, Jody, I got distracted. I was just too excited by all of these awesome career explorers joining us.
Okay. You're struggling with audio, from Abel Muchwane. Thank you so much for that message. We've got a tech team with us, and they'll assist you with any challenges that you're experiencing. To the rest of the teachers that's joining us, can you hear us? Are we clear enough? Comment in the chat, send us some emojis. Let us know how your learners will be logging in and watching this event. If you are with your learners in the room right now, you can turn your camera on and just show us a quick view of the learners and just give us a wave. Oh my goodness.
Message
okay.
coming in from tech support. Nolutando is in the house. Woohoo! Welcome, Nolutando. Nolutando is joining us from one of our other programs, and we can't wait to connect with you again and see how you've been doing over the December holidays and the beginning of 2021. Welcome, Nolutando, and welcome everyone else. Thank you for joining Career Open Day. We look forward to getting started in just a few moments. For now, enjoy the tunes, chill out, and brace yourself for an exciting adventure into the world of STEM 2D. Having problems with audio, just send a message in the chat and tech support will try their best to assist you. So yeah, if that's on YouTube or Zoom, wherever it is, just let us know and we will try and sort out the problem. Welcome everyone.
Welcome Sine, welcome Claire from Johnson & Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us. Woo-hoo.
Thanks for having us.
Exciting.
Hi there. Hi, good to be here. Sorry, my video is having a bit of issues. I'm getting it fixed. I'll be with you guys shortly, but I'm listening in and I'll be able to talk in. Thanks so much.
No problem, Sane. We had a whole 15 minutes of audio problems earlier, so it's par for the course here at Future Me. Welcome. Claire, you're joining us for more.
Claire just loves us.
Yeah, always available to help you guys out. It's great.
I'm back.
Okay, just give me 1 second. We've got some teachers that raised their hands. Right?
Okay.
So sorry, I just need to kind of just. Are you the Future Me name, hey? No? Yes.
Okay, we got a bunch of viewers on YouTube. Welcome, YouTubers. Thank you for joining us. Let us know how you're doing in the chat. Tell us where you're joining from.
We've got, so Claire, you've got your hand raised. You're more than welcome to turn your camera on and unmute yourself. Got any questions, queries? The digital floor is yours. Nothing? Okay. Okay, awesome.
1 or 2 more minutes, everyone, before we get started with the event. We look forward to diving into today's discussion. Some of our speakers have already joined, and we can't wait to put their faces up onto the stream and get into today's discussion about all things STEM 2D. Welcome to Career Open Day, everyone. If you're just joining us, we are glad to have you with us.
Don't the beat. Just like you always like a second.
You always try to put me in the box, but like I'm living way outside the box. Don't put me in the box, okay? Please. Where do you live, Game Changers? In the box or out the box? Let us know. Tell us in the YouTube comments.
So how's our YouTube viewers looking like they match?
We've got a bunch of YouTube viewers, but they're very shy. Eh? They don't want to chat with us for some reason. I don't know.
I mean, our Zoom participants are like awkward here. So, I mean, you need to just, they need to up their game.
I think they're a little bit scared of you, Jody, because you're quite strict today.
Really?
Like
no, I'm not. Please take it back.
Have you shared do you want to share our screen? Our lovely PowerPoint presentation so that people know they're in the right place.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think that's on the screen too. Great.
Okay, Kagiso Seshoka is watching from Abel Mochwane Secondary School. Welcome, Kagiso.
Okay, what is our time, Matt? What does tech team say?
Okay, we are a go. We're going to get started, everyone. Welcome, Kagiso. Welcome, everyone else. If you haven't let us know who you are, do so now in the chat, either on Zoom or on YouTube. Welcome to Career Open Day. I think it's time to get started. What do you think, Joe?
Yep, let's
Okay,
get this
let's
party
go.
started.
Let's get the show on the road, man.
Did you hear my little vibrato there?
I did. Please do it again.
Let's
For
get
the
this
benefit
party
of everyone.
started. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so oh, where am okay. Are we getting this party started?
Yeah.
You waiting for me? Get rocking and rolling. Can you see the screen, tech team?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Warm welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jojo.
I am Matt. Good to have you with us today, everyone, and
Awesome.
welcome to Career Open Day.
Cool. Should I go on with the moment? Just give me 1 second. There we go. Rules of engagement.
Rules of engagement, because today is all about you participating in the event. This is not just a show that you watch. We need your questions, your comments, your opinions, your feelings. We need you to let us know how you're doing and to drive the event by asking our speakers some questions. So how are they going to do that today, Jody?
Okay, so as all of you have joined us so far, so we've got 2 platforms we'll be hosting from is Zoom and YouTube. Warm welcome to everyone yet again. We'll be using Zoom chat for any questions, queries, technical difficulties, and then YouTube. We've got learners joining us nationally on YouTube as well. So shout out to all of you. And anything else that I might be missing? I'm sure you, sorry?
Yes, welcome Nomtle, Kayleen, Clarixia, and Senzo joining us on YouTube. To everyone who's watching us, whether you're joining us on Zoom or YouTube, today it's really important that you engage with us, that you let us know how you're doing and let us know when you have questions so that we can pass them on to the speakers. You're going to do that by just typing them in the chat, either in Zoom or YouTube. And like Jody says, if you've got any problems, just shoot a message and our fabulous tech team will
Lauren and
attend
Alex.
to you.
Yes, and oh yes, the tech support number is on there, but teachers, you have joined the WhatsApp group, so you can make use of that as well if you've got any technical difficulties on Zoom or YouTube. Right. So Matthew, who are we? Why are we here? Who are we?
I am Jojo, you are Matt. That's wrong. I am Matt, you are Jojo, and we are Future Me. And at Future Me, what are we about, Jody?
So we actually bridge the gap between high school learners and the world of work. In a nutshell, we introduce high school learners to the world of work. And we host boot camps such as?
We do this huge career festival called World of Work. We do learning journeys where you get to go and explore different workplaces.
Amazing Race.
We do Amazing Race where you get to learn work readiness skills on the fly. We do what else, Jody?
Programs like this. Digital Career Open Days.
Journeys of self-discovery, all kinds of things. But everything that we do is geared towards getting you ready to take your first steps into the world of work.
Cool. Okay, so this is where the journey starts for all of you, game changers. And today is the Career Open Day, digital one. We used to have face-to-face Career Open Days, but because of COVID and all of that, so we had to adapt. And last year was our very first year transitioning into digital, and I think it was a success.
Oh, I have so much fun with these digital events because we get to chat with people from all over the country. We've got learners from Joburg joining us. We've got learners from Cape Town joining us. We've got teachers from Port Elizabeth, everywhere. So welcome one and all to Career Open Day. Welcome to the Game Changer program.
Awesome. And then anything else that I might be missing here, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's important to just mention that today is not the end of the program. You are now a game changer, if you didn't realize it already. So congratulations on that. This journey into the world of science, technology, engineering, maths, manufacturing, and design is going to roll out over the next couple of months. So there is plenty more that we have lined up for you after today's event. Today, you're at Career Open Day. And next, we're going to send you on a journey of self-discovery where you get to learn about your personality, your interests, your aptitudes, and how you fit into this world of science and tech. After that, we're going to send you on a learning journey into some really exciting workplaces and give you a chance to connect with people who have all kinds of careers. Guys, trust us, we have so much planned for you, and we are so glad that you are with us today.
Yeah.
We can't wait to share all that this Game Changer program has to offer with you.
Okay, but we don't want to give too much away because exciting moments to come. So, yay. Oh, yes. We should not forget that is it the Global International Women's Day? So let us recognize that, everyone. And it says International Women's Day is March the 8th. It's a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating women's equality.
Welcome, everyone. Let's hear some whoop whoops for Women's Day in the chat. Let us know that you're celebrating on YouTube. Let us know that you're celebrating on Zoom. We can't wait to celebrate all of our amazing women in STEM in today's event. We are about to put them on screen and learn from their career journeys. And yeah, we are so glad to be celebrating this awesome day on the same day that we're running this program. It's really cool because that is what today is all about.
Cool. Okay. Sorry, just 1 second. Are we gonna have someone open up for the? Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. So yes, thank you so much to all our panelists for joining us today. Thank you for your time and your commitment. And then just to the panelists, so a few of the videos have been sent out to the learners and teachers to watch beforehand in case they got some questions that they wanted to note before today. But today is all about just questions and answers. YouTubers, game changers, everyone on the Zoom, if you've got questions for the speakers, you're more than welcome to use the chat platform. And yes, so let's get it started. I think we're going to start introducing our speakers. But before we do, is Nabila with us?
Welcome, Nabila.
Welcome, Nabila from Johnson & Johnson.
Nabila is our awesome project champion at J&J, and she is just going to give a little bit of an introduction to the event. Welcome, Nabila. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Matt and Jojo. Hi, everyone on the line. A big warm welcome to our amazing panelists. We're looking forward to today's session, and I just want to make sure that you have an amazing day. Enjoy, take as much learnings as you possibly can from these our guest speakers. I think they have amazing stories and journeys to share. And yeah, over to you, Matt and Jojo.
Thank you so much, Nabila. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get my tick moments going on here. Oopsie, where am I now? Okay. So a warm welcome to our speakers, Samantha, Claire, and Sanalisiwe.
Welcome, Samantha. Welcome, Claire. Welcome, Sane. Great to have you with us again. Thank you so much for joining us for another Career Open Day.
Thank you for
feel free
having
to turn
us.
on your cameras and your audios and give us a wave.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just where am I now? Yeah.
Hi, I promise I'm waving in the background.
We believe you.
Hi, everyone.
Happy Women's Day, everyone.
Thank you.
You ready, Jackie?
Yes. So
Okay.
can you see the screen? I've shared it already. Oh, sorry.
Madam Jojo, we are currently seeing
Sorry, just
the
technical
studio.
difficulties.
Cool,
Are
perfect.
you able to? So sorry, everyone.
Yeah, there
Okay,
we
can you
go.
see that? Okay. Not yet. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Now? So sorry, everyone. Okay. No, so is it in the right view? Is it okay?
Okay, thank you, speakers. You are audible, you are visible, and I think let's kick off today's event by just doing a quick once around the room. And if you could all just introduce yourselves. In some cases, learners have watched an in-depth career video about you, but in some cases not. So let's just get to know each other again and give a warm welcome to the learners. Claire, I'm going to put you on the spot, and let's get this show on the road.
Thanks, Matt. Hi, everybody. My name is Claire, and I work in the Johnson & Johnson consumer business. I work in supply chain as the demand and supply planner for the OTC, which is the medicine side of the consumer business. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Over to you, Samantha. Thank you so much, Claire.
Hi, everyone. My name is Samantha. I am a sales rep in the medical devices division of Johnson & Johnson. I basically sell theater products which are pertaining to wound closure and biosurgery to surgeons. That's me.
Thank you, Samantha. And last but not least, Sane.
Sane.
Welcome.
Hi everyone. My name is Sane. I am a senior brand manager at Johnson & Johnson. So I work on a portfolio of brands, including Benylin, Nicorette, and Dr. Mom. So all the products from Johnson & Johnson that you can get over the counter.
Thank you so much, Sane, Samantha, and Claire. So yeah, should we get, if anyone has questions, you're more than welcome to send them on the Zoom chat. But I will start off with just asking the speakers just a bit about your job role and your title within your workplace. And if you have your cameras on, you can just give a wave if you want to start first.
I can
Samantha,
start.
thank you.
So basically being a medical sales rep is number one, learning the products that you're going to be selling. So there's a lot of product learning. And then after that, it's selling to a surgeon, that product, but also in selling that product, it is solving a problem that surgeon has when performing certain procedures in theater. So that's basically what we do. And then it's also, building relationships, not only with surgeons, but with nurses, with pharmacy managers, with stock controller, also with your team members, because we rely a lot on our team members having to support each other, doing admin and group work together as well. And also building relationships within Johnson & Johnson, with the planners, with the marketing team, with the sales team, with the prof ed team, which they're the ones that train us on these products. So it's a very interlinked kind of career or job that I have that's not only limited to the hospital, but also within Johnson & Johnson.
Thank you so much, Samantha. Anyone else? Sane, Claire?
I'll go next. So being in the supply chain department, I need to make sure that we, in essence, have enough stock to sell for the sales team to go up and sell to our customers. It includes making sure that the stock is quality approved and released on time, making sure that it's in the right place, the right time, ready for sales, forecasting ahead, so using statistical models and making sure that the plant and manufacturing site has enough materials to produce and basically all things related to stock, and making sure that the consumers are able to get at their retailers.
Thank you so much, Claire. Sine.
Hey, we can see you.
Hi. Hi there. Yes. So I work in marketing, and basically my day-to-day job is all about building strategies and executing so that our consumers choose our products over our competitors. And everything that goes into that is about research, so understanding a consumer, what she's looking for, at what price, with what benefits, and what what emotional connection, and what is going to influence them as much as possible to choose our product over our competitor, and tracking on a day-to-day basis, what are our competitors doing? What are they doing better than us? What are we winning with? Which stores are we doing well in versus not? Is our price right? So constantly checking that, and then also looking into the future on what's going to keep us competitive going forward into the future. So that is just briefly about me. It's a little bit of the human side, it's a little bit of the numbers side. So it's a really nice, well-rounded role. I quite like.
Awesome. Thank you, Sine. There's another question that I'd like to ask. What or who inspired you to pursue this career? Anyone? Samantha.
Okay, so I remember when I was doing honors in dietetics and nutrition, right? They would bring past alumni to speak to us and give us options of how you can progress your career, And I remember this one girl, Carrie, she was a dietitian. She had been a dietitian, and she came into the corporate world as a sales rep. And everything that she said that day, I aligned to, and I enjoyed hearing, the people element, the product element, and how that impacts on, the customers that you're selling to and the patients at the end of the process. And that really spoke to me that you don't have to be in a hospital, like hospital personnel, to change a patient's life. You can also do it outside of that, from a company perspective or a product's perspective. So she really inspired me. And then I got the opportunity to work with her. I got hired by the same company that she was working for, and we were team members. And it was such a full circle moment, being able to work with her and learn from her even further in that role.
Thank you so much, Samantha. Claire.
Great. So mine was quite a rocky journey to get to where I am today, if I can put it that way. I started off studying science, realized that I didn't want to go into research. I then ended up going into finance and got a financial management degree, and realized I didn't want to go into finance. And I luckily got an internship at Johnson & Johnson, where I got to spend time in different departments. But from a young age, I always wanted to change the world and make an impact. And as I've been in J&J, I've realized that making an impact and changing people's lives does not have to be on such a large scale as you think when you're younger, like becoming the president or the next Mother Teresa, but rather that just changing one person's life is a big enough change for me. And that's what's really motivated me going forward. Making sure that products are available for consumers, making sure that that Benelin product is on the shelf so that when you're sick, it eases you and it helps you. And that has really motivated me and pushed me forward and really gets me up in the morning to make sure that that I'm constantly making an impact. And it doesn't only have to be in consumers' lives, it's also in people I work with, people I live with, and just making sure that that positive impact is in every single thing that I do. So that's what motivates me.
Thanks, Claire. And I know that it's it's such a stressful time as you make your way into the world of work. So it's reassuring to hear someone say that it's okay to be figuring the stuff out along the way as well. So Nate, who or what inspired you to get into marketing? Was it a straight line to get there, or were there lots of twists and turns and bumps in the road?
So for me, it's been a relatively straight line. This is what I studied at university, but essentially at school, we had a teacher who we could go to ask, it's grade 11 now, and we're applying for universities with our grade 11 marks. And obviously, I think like a lot of you don't really know what's out there. You don't know what you don't know. There's accountants, whatever, doctor, the jobs that are sort of out there. But I didn't really resonate with any of them. And so I spoke to our LO teacher at school. And basically what we had gotten down to is I told her, okay, these are the subjects I actually do really well in, which was maths and accounting at the time. But I really enjoy the people side of things. And I think I could actually run a business. I want to own a business. How do you get into business and like wheel and deal and stuff? So she actually put me on to, she suggested I go into communications. So BA communications or BCom marketing. And so I applied, I went to University of Johannesburg, and I actually got put into a BCom marketing track because my maths and accounting marks were quite good. And yeah, as the course started, I actually really enjoyed it. And because we started out actually studying with other BCom students, we also started with the accountants and the future logistics teams and the future other finance people, and then specialized into marketing. We got quite a well-rounded view. And yeah, by the time I graduated, I also got, similar to Claire, I got quite a great opportunity to intern at J&J and then eventually get full-time employment. And I've stayed there since. But even within J&J, I've actually switched around I've done marketing and I did sales for about 3 years as well. So it's been a really interesting ride. I think for the most part, it started off with okay, this is what I enjoy and this is what I think I'm good at. And then somebody else to give me outside perspective of, okay, this is what a job might look like for you. So yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Thank you so much, Danae. So we've got a few questions in the Zoom chat. Do we have any on YouTube as well, Matt? So I will read the question on Zoom. So we've got one from Boitumelo. The question is, can we get tips on how to build relationships?
I think that's a question for Samantha.
Samantha's not here.
Building relationships, I think number one entails a heart for people. You need to have a humble heart to be able to listen to people, because that builds a really solid relationship. If you're able to listen to them effectively and also to respond effectively as well. So I think that is the most fundamental building block of building a relationship. And also being honest. A lot of the times it's very easy, not only at work, but also in our everyday life, right? It's so easy to tell white lies, but those white lies build up at some point. But you need to hold yourself accountable and the next person accountable to being honest. And that takes you a long way in building relationships. Imagine if you were to lie to a surgeon at work, making promises about a product, and then it doesn't deliver on what you said. That is just, it will close that door for you to ever enter that doctor's theater. And he could also badmouth you to his colleagues or anyone who wants to listen to him. So I think those are two very important things that one needs to apply when building long-lasting relationships. Let me put it that way.
And then just to add on to that, I think not just in a work life, but in your personal life, I think it's just important to just always be genuine and true to yourself. So don't try to be somebody that you're not. People can generally see through that. So even though you think you might be doing well, people can see through that. So just try and be as genuine as possible.
Yeah, thank you so much, Clay. And thank you, Samantha. I agree with that. I think it's just being real, because then you don't have to, you know, fake your way through life.
Yeah.
Because it becomes exhausting. So yeah, I think it's
I really like those answers, and I think that they're such rare answers to the question, how do you build relationships with people? Because most people will tell you like, oh, go work on your networking skills or your, you know, like your personal brand or whatever. It's not the case. You just need to be who you are. That's how you, that's how other people will see you. Yeah.
Awesome. I think we've got, so we've got a question on YouTube, Matt.
Okay, Hasina Mehta, I think joining us from Marlborough, knows, are there any requirements for creating my own business, preferably a barista cafe franchise of South Africa? Wow, that's an ambitious plan, Hasina. I'm going to pass this one on to Sanay, since you are also interested in the business marketing side of things.
Can you repeat the question again for me, please?
So Hasina wants to know, are there any rules and requirements for creating their own business? What would you advise someone who wants to get into the world of business marketing?
Okay, so I mean, the rules and requirements is one thing from a, I guess, legal or regulatory side, which I can touch on later. But I think the most important thing starting off is understanding who is going to be keeping your business going? Who is coming in to buy a coffee every day? Do you know why they would choose you and why they wouldn't go next door? Is it because you've got a better price? Is it because you've got a better product? Do they know that you've got a better product? Are you in the right space? Is it a busy street? Are you relying on people stopping by on the way to work? So just literally starting with that person that you're seeing coming through every day, your consumer, to buy your product, which is how you're going to keep your business going. Understanding their where you fit in their life and why they would choose you versus your competition down the streets, versus somebody else. And I guess the if I can give you something a bit more tangible, is literally going and sitting in different coffee shops and understanding and even talking to people if you're so inclined. That's probably the best way. Understanding, you know, the coffee shops that you know or you see as successful or that you would want to emulate. Just going in, even talking to the business owner, you know, even though as much as somebody might be seen as your competition, you know, I think a lot of people in South Africa know that the opportunities are amazing. Whenever young people are excited about starting their own business, you know, I am 100% for it. It is a big risk, but it's also big rewards potentially there for it. And seasoned businessmen are a lot of the time also very willing actually to talk and help. So as a starting point, you can speak to the owner of your local coffee shop as well to sort of say, you know, how did you start? What are your typical sort of clientele? How much money are they typically spending? Do you see repeat people, or is it just everyday guys coming, driving past every day? Are you close to an office block? And then from there, you're able to build your business model of how you're going to make money. And there's lots of sort of free templates, so to speak, on the internet as well, helping you build up that initial business case to sort of tick those boxes that are needed for success. Right price, right place, right product versus the competition. And of course, promotion. Do people know about it enough? And yeah, speaking to people who know, I guess would be the first thing. In terms of the regulation side of thing, it depends. I mean, you can register a PTY if you'd like. That takes very quick. You can do it online, or you can actually just start small for yourself and just be a sole proprietor. That's absolutely fine as well, because a bit more flexibility to play around. So yeah, all the information is also out there on the CIPC website, cipc.org.za, I think it is, or .gov.za, sorry, on the regulatory side of things. But yeah, first thing, understand your consumer and understand somebody else who's done it. I found African business owners are very open to helping out and helping young talent.
Thank you so much for that answer. It's quite a weird place for the discussion to go in this workshop about STEM 2D. But I think one of the things that we want to communicate today is that, you know, joining this space, science, tech, engineering, maths, manufacturing, design, it's not just about the traditional careers that you think of, like wearing a lab coat and doing science experiments. It's about taking that mindset, that sort of experimental mindset, and applying it to problems in your life. And you've just described how to do that perfectly in the case of a new business. So thank you so much. Okay, we've got some more questions coming in. There's a lovely one from Ciara Adams. Excuse me if I got your name wrong. And the question is for Sane and Claire. Okay, so let's start with you, Claire. Did you have any mentors to guide you through your career journey or to give you advice along the way? Who have the really important, pivotal people in your life been as you started your career journey?
So yeah, I definitely have, and I think it's very important to have a mentor, specifically in your business space. So joining J&J straight after school, I had no corporate experience, no business experience, no corporate working experience. So I was very new to everything, and I think having a mentor really helped me. So I found somebody in the business. I found somebody, luckily J&J is a global company. I found somebody in the region who's a mentor. And then luckily all of my managers that I have really been really helpful in helping me through my career path and my development. And then obviously friends and family are also just really great people to bounce ideas off and get a different perspective away from a business point of view, because I think that's also important to bring the people aspect into everything. So yes, definitely had mentors, would definitely recommend for people new starting in a business to seek after mentors. And it's important when you have mentors is to make sure that you connect with them. You don't have to just pick the first person that you find. It must be somebody you really connect with, somebody you really trust, and somebody who can really help you in your career path.
Samantha, who was that special person for you, if you had to think of one person who sort of really helped you along your way?
I would have to say it was the first guy that gave me my sales rep job many years ago, and he's still a mentor of mine until this day. As Claire said, you really need to connect with that person, and I think we connected the first day of my interview up until now. I mean, from giving me advice to how to conduct myself with customers on how to, persevere when there are difficult days, or how to, celebrate your victories. He's really guided me throughout my career, and also advising me on what's the next step, and he works for Johnson & Johnson now as well. So we still maintain that mentor-mentee relationship to this day. Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing. We recently went and shot a series of videos in your offices, and we just kept sharing the same thing, like people just with a lot of years of experience at J&J and who've moved through many different roles and who've just been able to learn and grow so much while they've been on the job as well. So it's awesome to hear that you can find those mentors, those guides, even once you've started your career journey and as you get quite senior. Sane, who's that special person for you?
I do. As soon as you asked the question, the name popped right into my mind. Nobody else really mentioned names, but I suppose it's not really going to help, yeah, because you don't know her. But I definitely, from day one, so I had, she's actually also been my informal mentor. I've had formal mentors throughout my career, but it's sort of gone in like a 2-3 year stint, and sometimes we just sort of drift apart or because it's got to fit. But the person for me is actually Laura, and it's been an informal sort of mentorship all along, because again, she also actually recruited me in the grad program I was in when I was hired at J&J and interning. And it was very much a point of view of, she wasn't actually in my function, or wasn't in the function, she wasn't in marketing, but I did learn a lot from her about the how how to grow, how to show up at work, how to look for opportunities, how to take advantage of opportunities, rather than the what of the job, which is where I see a lot of distinction between a mentor a lot of the time and sometimes your manager. I mean, a manager can definitely be a mentor, but for me, your manager or your leader in your team shows you a lot of the what, how to get better at the skills of actually pursuing or doing your job on your day-to-day, but the how, in terms of how you're a leader, how you can look forward, how you interact with other people, definitely came from that mentor as Laura. And in the other end, as a mentor, also being a champion, where, you know, when there's decisions being made in boardrooms and, you know, names come up, and because I've built that personal relationship, that she's able to back for me, you know, and not as the only one, but sort of having that relationship, an authentic relationship, where it sort of felt like there's, she understands the potential in me, and I really respect her input and her opinion. And she sees how I use that in my everyday life, has really helped to grow the relationship. So yeah, to this day, I'm probably going to be phoning her many years from now, still asking for advice on things. It's been 11 years and hopefully still going strong. So yeah, that name definitely came up very quickly, and it was from day one.
Such a valuable resource to have, just a wise sounding board that you can check your ideas again, and someone you can get an objective look at yourself with, but in a gentle, like kind of constructive way. You really can't have enough of that.
Yeah.
I think it's also really interesting what you're saying about, you know, it's not only about what you do in your job, because I think especially at high school, you spend a lot of time thinking about equipping yourself with technical skills so that you'll be able to do your job one day. And we don't necessarily think so much about the how and the sort of other skills that we need to operate well in the workplace. So maybe an interesting place to go, and we'll start with you, Samantha, is what are some of the tips, the other skills besides the what that you do? The sort of skills that you really need to get your job done? Is it communication? Is it working with people? Is it coping with stress? What kind of stuff do you think is really important to being able to work well in the world of work?
I think it would be, first and foremost, not having an attitude of, I know it. Do you get what I mean? I think having an attitude of every day is different and every day is an opportunity to learn something new is something that carries a lot of us professional people through, you know. Number two, communication, how to speak to people and how you receive people talking to you, you know, also is very important. Team building, problem solving are some of the things that are really needed in having a successful career or profession, you know. Dealing with stress as well. Self-management is also important, not only in your home space, but also at work. A lot of emotions can flare up in the workplace, you know, a lot of frustrations, especially given a pandemic, you know, there's pressures to achieve certain targets or certain feedback or whatever, or inputs actually that need to come out from you. So that could be stressful. So managing stress at work and at home is very, very important, I think. Yeah, those are some of the top things I can think of, yeah, especially in my job, yeah.
Thanks, Samantha. Claire, what are your thoughts?
So I definitely agree with everything Samantha said. I also think that something that's important is to know yourself quite well, so that you know how you could potentially react in a situation, and then you know how to deal with it if it's going to be quite a tense situation. I think also something that's important is to deal with any conflicts or anything as soon as they come up. Don't let them build up and sit and sit and sit and then come out in a really aggressive or strange way. So yeah, communication, obviously the key things, being really level-headed, getting to know people as well, I think is really important, and how they like to be communicated to, and making sure that you're clear and concise when you do that sort of communication. Yeah, I think those are all really important things.
Thank you so much, Claire. Sine.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't add anything from what Samantha and Claire just said. I think it also speaks earlier to what we were talking about, just being your most genuine or authentic self, I guess, because as you said, Jody, like the potential sapping of energy when you're trying to be everything to everybody is not sustainable. But then, as Claire said, obviously you knowing your strengths and leaning into those and developing those is going to be key, as well as acknowledging your weaknesses or your development areas and being open about them and saying when you don't know something or how to do something, rather than sitting back and ruminating and missing deadlines because you're just too scared to say anything. We've all been there. Anybody in the world of work, whether they're the highest CEO or your immediate manager or the person next to you who started on the same day as you, have all had and still do have moments of just not knowing an answer to something. And it's okay to say, you asked me to do this last week. I'm not sure how to do it, but I think I have an idea. What do you think of this? Or can we start from scratch or whatever it is? And that's just, again, bringing yourself, your most honest self to work every day. And you'd be quite surprised every time by how much people are always willing to help. And that's going to work towards your development as well.
Thank you so much. Hasina has got another question for us. Hasina wants to get specific. Hasina thinks that stress management is great, but come, let's be real. What are some strategies that I can use? So maybe if we can all just share one tip that we use to blow off steam or manage stress at the workplace, that would be great. Let's start with you, Samantha.
Look at Samantha, she doesn't want to. She's always being put on the spot. Give her some time to giggle so long. Sorry, Samantha.
I wish I could say it was like chocolate or ice cream. Honestly, the stress, to be honest, I call my one best friend, and I vent. I will pick up the phone and I will tell her how I'm feeling, and in the process of me talking it through with her, by the time the call is done, I'm okay. That's usually how it works, honestly. Yeah.
Great. So there you go, Hasina. Vent your experience with a friend. Claire, you're welcome to tilt your camera over and show us the punching bag you've got in the corner of your office there. What do you do to manage stress?
Well, I mean, my hair's actually straight. This is just stress. No, I'm kidding. I do the same like Samantha. I phone friends, I vent, I, scream at the computer screen, while I'm sitting at home, type of thing. But also something that I do just to give some different kind of coping techniques. I cuddle with my dogs, so that has really helped and really relieve some stress, as well as, I know everyone says exercise, but really going outside and removing yourself from the situation. So it doesn't actually have to be exercise, but just if you're in a stressful situation or you're having a tough day, to just take the 10 minutes, go outside, have a cup of coffee, breathe in some fresh air, and kind of almost like clear your head, and then come back. It doesn't always work, honestly, but it's something that has helped on the occasion.
Any other tips to add, Sane?
I'm a huge fan of the going outside for a walk thing. The only thing I would add basically is when you're in a stressful situation and sometimes it's a situation that you just unfortunately can't walk out of in that exact moment. It needs to be dealt with. Different people have different things, and this is just a personal thing because this is my personality, is I just my first thing is always to try and find a middle ground, because stress for the most part would normally come from some sort of conflict or misunderstanding or whatever it is in the moment. And if it's literally a moment where you can't walk away without either being rude or whatever it is I would almost try to force it, even if it's uncomfortable in that moment, and ask, like, can we stop, please? I understand it's quite a stressful situation. So either we can sort of go get a cup of tea and come back, or in the moment, I would, actually, no, that's the only strategy I've ever used when that's like, if the stress has come through from the computer or like from an email or a message or just general stress of a project, then the walking away helps. But when it's a very face-to-face, very heated discussion, let's say, it's always been my strategy, even as growing up, just within my personality, to, you know, before this escalates, please can we stop? Because then it gives the other person a chance to also deflate, and you as well. And 99% of the time, everybody was overreacting, probably. So I'm not sure if that's the kind of stress you're talking about. I'm talking about the immediate one. For literally everything else, I would 100% also go with Claire's sort of step away and just walk, go for a walk, and you'll realize just priorities, you know, the world is actually a good place, and come back, and it's not that bad to be able to deal with it. Yeah.
These are some amazing tips and strategies. Thank you so much to our speakers. I just want to echo Marika's comment, just saying, really enjoying the conversation, so relevant. And thank you, speakers, for being so open and vulnerable. I think it's awesome. We're getting some really interesting stuff out here.
And then we've got another comment from, is that also from Huawei? Says, PS strategies on stress, so appropriate as we're dealing with this topic in grade 12. So important. I think it's stress is part of our daily lives, but it's how you react, how you handle that. Look, can I just be real and honest at this moment as I'm sitting here with you guys? I am so stressed. My palms are sweating because it's my first time. I had to, and I apologize for earlier technical moments, but Matthew was usually the host who would handle all the technical stuff on the computers and things. I had to take links from YouTube and put it in Zoom, and I had to do the whole lot, and still managing everything, and my mind is going, you know what I mean? And but I'm actually proud of myself. So I'm sitting here and
you've done an amazing job.
handling things. I'm literally like, yeah, I'm so shook at the moment, because I'm nervous, because you got to kind of handle, but it's also a skill that I'm learning today. So yeah, thank you for your patience, Matthew. Thought I'll get it out there.
You're crushing it, Jody. Jody copes with stress by shouting at Matt. So that's also a valid strategy of dealing with stress. Don't forget that one. It's very important.
Matt, we'll be giving out your number after this, so everyone can shout at you.
Matt, if I could add something quickly on that, the fact that, you know, everybody is in grade 12, for the most part, the ones who are in grade 12, is just to maybe make it a bit more relevant, is definitely from that point of view of stress and upcoming exams and final year and any year really, is my coping strategy at the time anyway, was just around taking things literally one at a time, knowing the things that you are in control of and knowing the things you're not in control of. You take the things you are in control of, which is your time that you have in a day, which is the content that you need to study through or homework you need to do in a day. And if the stress would come from I've got accounting, I've got maths, and then I've got geography, and then the test tomorrow, but then the assignment's due, and I haven't written my speech for my orals, and it's just put everything else away. Okay, we're doing geography now. Everything else is gone. One, tick it off, next. So it's that whole thing of like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So just pick one. That's how, anyway, I managed through matric, because it was the netball and the debating and the homework and the assignments and the orals and the music and this and that. So just, it can get quite overwhelming. So
yeah, and then also
look at that
to
list one
just,
at a time.
like, if go, you can't let them take your energy, because you have so much other things to do. So you have to almost let those things that you can't control, you have to let them go.
Wise words.
Yeah. And I think it brings me back to my point again with, like, even though I'm a bit like stressed because the first time I'm like handling all the other stuff, it's just, you got to kind of go through it because you're going to succeed no matter what, whether it's personally, whether it's your workplace, you will eventually get it and it will become second nature. But it's how you react. And yeah, very wise words. And thank you so much for the tips and tricks on handling stress. It's so important, especially in these days now. So yeah. Any
Have we got
other
time
questions?
for more questions? Because
So we've got 3 minutes before 3, Matt, and I think we've got about another 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Is that right, Tech team? Yeah.
I think there are 2 nice questions, one on YouTube and one on Zoom, but they're kind of related in a funny sort of way. I'll ask the one from Kia Betswe on YouTube. Kia Betswe asked, if school doesn't go well and you really are set on like a career in supply chain, or you're really set on a career in sales, or you're really set to get into marketing, but your marks don't match up, what do you do? And I think Boitumelo's got a related question on Zoom, if you want to read that one, Jody.
Just wait quickly to make it to my Zoom chat. Oh, is that one? Oh, yes. Okay. So Boitumelo says, coming from disadvantaged background means that sometimes it's impossible to further your studies in varsity. Do your companies offer opportunities to ambitious, hardworking youngsters looking for opportunities to succeed in life?
So thanks, Boitumelo, and thanks, Kia Betswe. Really interesting questions. And I think, what it boils down to is, if you're feeling like there's something preventing you from, reaching the career that you have your heart set on, what do you do? Who's got some advice? Over to you, Samantha.
So I wanted to be a gynecologist growing up. And I really had my heart set on going to medical school and working hard. I even took the BSc route with the hopes of joining medical school afterwards, And I think Bitumelo mentioned, coming from a disadvantaged background, certain things don't work out the way you planned them, right? But I think what really propelled me was knowing that at some point I wanted to work in the medical field, even if it wasn't a doctor anymore, a gynecologist. What other avenue could I access that final point, and hence I became a dietitian, which actually worked out even better because it aligned to some of my interests like cooking and exercise and health, So that's how, I think that's how I navigated not getting the ultimate goal, but finding other ways of fulfilling that purpose. And then being a sales rep also, my ultimate goal is to go into brand marketing. But also I was strategic in the fact that I need to start somewhere. And what are my skills? What am I good at? What do I enjoy doing? And sales repping also just spoke to that element of who I am and my strengths, So that's why it took me to this route of being a sales rep, and hopefully it will take me to the next step. But even if that next step doesn't come, already in my space, I've identified my strengths, where my interests lie, and they may not actually be in product management or whatever. They could actually be in product training. So I think being able to really sit down with yourself, see what you're good at, and not having a really fixed mind on everything that you want to do, but having a versatile look or perspective, and research different careers first. Talk to people that are in that career to find out what skills or what type of personality is needed, and not always thinking that your background is going to limit you, because I grew up in Soweto, and I don't know a dietitian. I'm the only dietitian that I know from my environment, but that didn't stop me from thinking outside of that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I can talk to that. I mean, so I didn't have much of a clear vision of where I wanted to go from school. I just knew I wanted to change the world, basically. And it and it's tough when you finish. Even when I finished school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and I ended up just applying for things that I thought I was interested or that I did well in at school, and all that sort of thing. And even if you don't do well at school, I think to study anything is good. So, for example, I've got a financial management degree. I have not worked a single day in finance. I don't plan to work a single day in finance. But having those skills that I learned at university and at school is what's helped me. So I found a passion for the supply chain department, and luckily I was able to show in my internship that I work hard, that I can learn quickly, and then was able to translate the skills that I learned into a current career that I have. So in terms of getting into a company or into a job, I think internships are a great idea. If you're not sure, and if maybe your marks are not so good, I think internships, it's really about showing that passion and that hard work that you have, and that you're willing to put in the work to get somewhere. And those skills you aren't taught at school. It's something that you have, and that you need to show people. And those are taken into consideration when you interview for jobs and things like that. And this kind of relates to a question that I saw in the chat from Joy about going into a field that you didn't study. Initially, I thought, oh my goodness, I have wasted so much time. What a waste of my time. I mean, I've studied finance, not going into finance, But again, it's those skills that you learn that really, really help you. It's obviously different if you're going into the medical field. You need to study medicine to go into the medical field. But for other things, for a large part, you learn on the job. So it's more about taking the time to learn those things at university, at school, and being able to apply them in whatever you decide to go to in the end. Also, something that from school was that I initially thought that, and this is what put a lot of pressure on me, is that I'm leaving school and I'm picking one career and I'm going to stay in that career for the rest of my life. And this is the biggest decision I'm ever making, and this is it. That is not true. You can change careers, you can do lateral moves, you can move up, you can move down if you want to try something new. I mean, there are various different things that you can try. So it's a big decision. It's not the be all and end all, and it's definitely about the skills that you accumulate on the way to getting where you want to be that are very important.
Thank you, Clay. Sanae.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely identify, or sort of knowing people and knowing family members even, where either it's the marks or the finances, very real things that feels like can prevent you from getting to where it is you want to go. And I think a lot of what Claire and what Samantha said resonates in the sense that on the one side, you sort of got to know what it is your passion is, even if you don't know what that job exactly is, what it is that's going to get you up in the morning that people can look at and see that, this person is willing to work really hard because they really feel a passion for, helping people, or for helping people, or helping animals, or helping the environment, or whatever it might be. And then charting the path there also doesn't have to go through university. It might be that you've got a real passion for people and you want to make people happy. And the first step is, okay, I don't really have finances. Let me be a waiter, but I will be the best flipping waiter ever. And people are going to be able to see that, whether that turns into sort of a more management role within that, or as Claire said, you're at the same time applying for different internships at different organizations or different programs, and somebody can end up asking, or you think they're asking, well, what about your marks? What about your studies? You can say that, look, this didn't work out. I wasn't able to study, or my last few years, my marks weren't great at school, but what I do have a strength in is building relationships, making people feel happy or comfortable. And I can prove that because I was, best waiter at Spur for the last 3 months in a row or whatever. So being able to show that you have done something about your situation in the things that you have control of, so that when the opportunity comes up, you are ready. So, I mean, your success is going to be knowing what you want, that timing coming together and the opportunity coming together. When those three things come together, you know, that's when the magic can really happen. But a lot of it is in your own court as well. What do you have control of to sort of help grow and to be able to show somebody what it is you can do, even if it's a small way, and go for that. And the timing and the opportunities then come.
Thank you so much, Sine. And it just brings us back to all our other programs. Hey, like this is one of the topics that always stood out, because with the youth today, if their circumstances are not what they expect it to be, then they lose hope, because they feel that, you know, I actually can't, because my parents can't afford, we can't afford. And this is the reason why we do what we do, is to uplift the youth and to bring that hope. So I think it's another important topic to raise, but I think, I mean, you guys did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much, speakers, for that uplifting words and motivation.
Yeah, some really sound advice that we've heard today here. Don't focus on a narrow path. You have many options available. Don't discount the value of the things that you're going to learn on the job, because it's sometimes more important than what you learn from a textbook.
Absolutely.
And you know, don't judge yourself by your circumstances, but judge yourself by what you are doing to excel that's in your control. So some really awesome advice on navigating life's challenges, because there will be many, and you want them, because without them it wouldn't be any fun and it wouldn't have any meaning. You need some obstacles.
Yeah. Awesome. So we've got about, actually literally just 1 minute, so we actually on time.
Shall we do a once around to wrap up and just say goodbye and leave our game changers with any last words of wisdom that you have, anything that you would like to share with them that we didn't get to today? Who are we going to start with, Jody? You put someone on the spot for a change.
Claire.
Thanks. I think we've covered a lot of the things that I really value and think are important. My biggest thing, and something that I've only learned recently in the past year or so, is that find what gets you out of bed in the morning and motivates you to work hard. Because if you don't have that in your job, you're going to struggle. It's going to be a real struggle. Yeah. So I think for me, that is the most important thing. And as long as you've been true to yourself and being really genuine and you find that motivation, there's nothing you can't achieve.
Thank you so much, Claire.
Thanks, Claire. In the chat, game changers.
Who's next? Should we put someone else on the spot?
You do it, Jody. You're getting good at it.
Samantha. Getting good at it.
Y'all are picking on me today. No, Claire's absolutely right. Find your passion, because that's where your wealth is, basically. Simple and short.
Thank you so much, Samantha. We're sorry for picking on you. You can phone your friend and vent about us later.
Sine.
I'm going to keep it short as well, and I'm actually going to repeat something that we said in the last Game Changers chat or session. Is the book called Grit by Angela Duckworth. I've read it twice. It's an absolutely amazing read. It's really about resilience and what sets people apart who end up excelling or succeeding in what they wanted to do. It's a combination. Grit is a combination of sort of that passion that you have that gets you out of the morning and resilience. And it's just basically, it breaks it down. Then it's a couple of stories of what grit looks like. You know, if you join the army, if you're a scientist, if you are in business, anything like that. And there's great inspirational stories just from around the world, and the science behind it, what grit actually is and how it's measured. So really, really amazing book. I would recommend it for everybody. That is the last piece I would leave you with.
What an awesome way to round off today's conversation with more resources. Thank you so much, Jenna.
Thank you, Sine. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you so much, Claire. You're more than welcome to log off, but you're also more than welcome to stay, read some of the comments. There might be questions that we never had a chance to ask. So yeah, you're more than welcome to read through those comments and questions if you feel like it.
Okay, game changers, let's hear it in the chat for our amazing speakers. Thank
Woo!
you so much for your time and expertise. Thank you for joining Career Open Day. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I feel like we
Bye.
didn't really get the clapping and shouting and celebrating right. Should we do it properly? Like 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye,
That was
Samantha.
great. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so
Samantha.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Samantha. Awesome as usual.
Woo.
Awesome as usual. Okay, how about some music? Oh, no, we don't have
Are we
time for
having
music.
There's no time for.
Okay, it's not over yet, game changers. We've still got to cover 1 or 2 more things. So we hope you enjoyed the first part of the event. We are going to get back to our snazzy PowerPoint presentation and let you know what is next on the agenda. I am going to cue a bit of music and
Am I on the right
we will get going.
tech team?
Yeah, you are good.
Oh, we got some. Okay.
We got a bit of we got some vibes because I feel like it was
Yeah,
a
we
good
need to get
discussion,
this.
but we need some
We
energy.
need to get this energy going.
How do we get
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Teacher Hazel, go,
Teacher
go.
Hazel?
Yes, yes.
Woo, Teacher Hazel! Learners, if Teacher Hazel is your teacher, man, you got the coolest teacher ever.
Coolest teacher. Thank you so much, Teacher Hazel. Bringing the vibe from Johannesburg Secondary School.
Tandiswa says, I'm based in Alexandria, Joburg. Welcome, Tandiswa. In terms of journalism, which tertiary institution is recommended? Oh, there are many different options. What I would recommend is go and doing a little bit of research and yeah, you know, like the speaker said today, asking yourself, where does your passion lie? You know, where do you want to go and visit? Where do you want to go and explore? What else have we got going on in the chat? Samantha says, thank you for having us. It was amazing. Oh, amazing to have you as always, Samantha. We got some clap, clap, clap from Huawei Wi-Fi Lite. Thank you so much, Huawei 5 Lite.
I think it's
Marika. It's Marika. Thank you so much. Okay, shall we get on with the show?
We should
Are you
get on with
feeling
the show.
energized?
I'm feeling a bit energized. Not a bit, a lot.
A lot. Okay, thank you for all the questions, everyone. Keep them up. We want to hear from you. We want to speak to you. We want to hear your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, your comments, your questions, all of it. That's what we're here to do at the Game Changer program. I'm going to turn the music down and we are going to go back to our PowerPoint presentation and we are going to learn how to level up. We're going to learn how to level up, Jody. How do you level up?
Level up, level up, level up, level up with the career toolkit.
Yeah, we are going to take you through just 1 or 2 things to consider as you start your journey into this exciting world of STEM 2D careers or whatever careers you're going to pursue one day. There are a few tools, tips, tricks, like a compass kind of to guide your way in the world of work that we like to think of at Future Me. And yeah, Jody and I are just going to talk for a couple more minutes about those things, and then
Won't be
we
long,
will round
promise.
off with some more fun. So feel free to keep the messages coming. We want to hear from you in the chat. So, Jody, at Future Me, we talk about this thing called a career toolkit. And there are 3 things in your career toolkit. It's your self-awareness, your skills, and your experience.
Yes.
And I think in a funny way, we covered all of these, we touched on all of these 3 areas in our conversation today. They always come up because it's always the things that are important in growing into your career.
Yeah.
So what do we mean when we say self-awareness?
Knowing yourself. And just knowing who you are as a person. That's short and sweet.
You know,
Yeah,
I think
it's knowing what kind of person you are. What is your personality type? Are
Yeah.
you introverted? Do you enjoy
Extrovert.
getting your energy
Agree.
from being alone, or are you extroverted like Jody? Do you get energy from being around other people and you know, from being busy and all of that?
Yeah.
I think we heard it from the speakers today when we talked about stress management, especially just the importance of understanding your emotions and coping with them in a healthy way, right? It's so important in the world of work to be able to manage yourself, to regulate your emotions, to just be aware of what's going on inside you. This will have huge benefits for your career. Jody, when we say skills, do we mean like computer skills? Do we mean like, what kind of skills are we talking about?
Look, I'm going to say, look, I've learned some skills today.
Yeah.
Tech skills. I mean, it's something that I wasn't exposed to, but well, exposed in a way where I would help you. But I mean, it's just where I'm learning and adapting. But there's different types of skills that you can learn. And I think I'm just using this for an example, because the same with the game changers. Might not have used Zoom before, YouTube. It's all those kind of skills from my side. Anything else that you want to add, maybe?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we tend to have a bit of a narrow view about what's a skill, right? Especially in today's workshop, we're discussing careers in science, technology, engineering, maths, manufacturing, and design, right? Those are all quite sort of technical areas of the world of work. So when we talk about skills, a lot of people think that we mean you need to know how to program a computer, or you need to know how to do calculus, or you need to know how to design a pattern for producing clothing for your business or something like that. But skills are much broader than that. It also encompasses things like being good with other people.
Oh yes, relationships, yeah.
Managing your time, dealing with your stress. There's so much more than just what you do that is important in the world of work. And I think that that came through strongly today as well. It's about how you do things in the world of work, how you relate with other people. Yeah.
And then last but not least, experience.
Experience. It's the scary one. Hey, everyone worries, oh, I don't have enough experience to do this. I'm not experienced enough. I can't apply for this job. I can't get into this university course.
Yeah, but that's, yeah, because I'm in this job because of my experience. I never studied. And yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is I'm here because of my experience and because of what I've been exposed to and opportunities that I've taken and just went with it. So, yeah.
I think all of the speakers mentioned that they've grown so much since the beginning of their careers. So experience also includes, it's not just things like earning your matric certificate or earning a university degree or getting a job or having an internship. It's the skills and the know-how and all of the experiences that you pick up along your journey through the world of work that are really important. And that also came through today in today's session. But like Jody is saying, I think it's important not to discount your experience, right? Because anything that you do is experience in the world of work. It can be something simple like, babysitting for relatives or close friends or something like that. It can be volunteering for an animal shelter or an environmental organization. It can be
cleaning your neighbor's garden or something. It's just like,
or it can be I don't know, anything. Hey? Your role in your community, in your school, these are all forms of experience, and they really set you apart from other people in the world of work. So embrace your experience and give value to it. So when we talk about the career toolkit, these are the 3 areas of it. You must know yourself, you must know your skills, and you must gain experience. And this is how you level up in your career. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like the path is blocked, I can't get to where I want to go, what is the answer? Level up your career toolkit. Learn some new skills. It's easy these days. There's always an opportunity to learn more skills on the internet. Explore yourself. It's something that you can do in 30 minutes by just sitting down and thinking about, how you reacted to a situation, and get out there and gain some experience. Be brave, be bold. Go and apply for things and get learning by doing.
Volunteer as well, because
Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, you don't need to get paid to do something, but it's also nice to put on your CV because that is another way of gaining experience.
But now that you're a game changer, we are going to be helping you level up like that. We're diving into self-awareness, leveling up your skills and gaining plenty of experience. So you're in the right place.
Okay, sorry, we got a comment on.
Hasina says, how do I gain experience after university if I just finished university and the job I applied for needs experience? Yeah, I mean, that's the classic situation, Hasina. It's like a catch-22. It's a bit of a paradox, eh? Because all of the jobs are like, you need experience, but to gain experience, you need a job. So it's like, what do you do? And our answer to that is exactly just change your perception of what experience is. Like shift your paradigm a little bit, right? You don't need necessarily an internship at the company that you want to work for to get a job at that company, right? There are plenty of other things that you can do to gain experience leading up to that. So yeah, put your thinking cap on and think like, what can I do that's related to the field that I want to get into? And don't be afraid to start small. These small experiences add up to a big difference on your CV, and people will notice. It's not just your academic marks that count. Between two candidates who've both been to university or both got a matric certificate, the ones who have like had all of these amazing experiences and who've worked and who've volunteered, they really stand out from those that haven't, from those that have gone the straight line path through university into a job. So that would be our advice. Just shift your perspective about what experience is.
Yeah.
Great question.
Woo!
Okay, so we're talking about our career toolkit, and I think this came up prominently in today's discussion. So we're going to dive into a bit of self-awareness right now and talk about the importance of your mindset. Jody, why is mindset so important? Because, I feel like it's not that important to have a good attitude. You can just avoid challenges if you're like me, and then, you don't have to, it's just much easier that way. What are your thoughts?
But didn't you just hear what the speaker said? It's also all about your attitude and knowing yourself. And I mean, yeah, it's just, what are you trying to say? Like,
I mean, I don't know. I just like to give up. Like if things get too difficult, I'm the sort of person that like, if there's an obstacle in my way in the world of work, I'll just give up because I'm like, I just want to avoid that.
It doesn't make sense because are you even human? Because for me, it's not normal. I don't give up easily. I don't.
The thing about challenges and not giving up is it takes a lot of effort. And I feel like, if I have to work hard at something, it means I'm dumb. I'm not smart, because it must come easily to me, or otherwise I'm just not going to do it.
Oh my word. But every person's got to work hard for what they want.
Don't tell me I've got to work hard from what I want. Don't give me that negative feedback because I'm actually just going to ignore negative feedback.
Again, that attitude and taking opportunities.
I know Sunny was talking about mentors, but like if I hear criticism, I just
game changers don't listen to Matt. It's all about taking opportunities.
Jody,
getting out there.
You're so positive. I feel
embrace challenges. I love challenges. This is a challenge for me today. But
positivity. I just can't deal with it. Yeah. No.
All about positivity.
Yeah, I think there are two ways to approach any situation. Yeah. One is with an attitude of growth and the idea that you can learn from any experience. And the other way is to give up and to be a grumpy goose like Matt. To avoid challenges, to avoid putting in the hard work, to ignore when people tell you, hey, you could be improving in this or that way. And the other way is to take challenges and obstacles as an opportunity to learn something new.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is you've got to kind of, and like I said, you've got to go through that journey, and it's how you react and how you kind of like just go through that journey basically, because you can't just give up if things get tough. You can't just, oh no, that is not for me, I'm not going to try. At least try, because that's the way I am. I love challenges, even though I haven't been exposed to anything before, or I just want to learn, and that is going to help me grow. And that's the type of mindset I have, because I am open to new ideas. I'm open to challenges. If I don't succeed, at least I tried. That's my attitude.
And I think that, yeah, of everything that we could dive into today in your career toolkit, this element, this attitude of growth and embracing challenges, persisting in the face of setback, putting in effort, learning from criticism, finding inspiration in other people rather than being threatened by them. It's the most important thing that you can develop at the beginning of your career journey. Especially in this world of STEM 2D, you know, where you're going to be confronted by challenges every day, because these are difficult careers to get into. These are difficult careers to succeed in. And in learning something new, you're going to be constantly put in a situation where you feel like you don't know, or you need to catch up, or you, you know. So this is the number one thing that you can do to succeed. You know, especially in the beginning of your journey into the world of work, whether it's going into university, whether it's, you know, starting out the first couple of months of a new job. You've got to get your mind right first, and everything follows from that. We've had a nice question come through on Zoom from Amara. It says, how do you motivate yourself to be positive all the time? And that's a great question for you, Jody, because you're like the most positive person ever.
Yeah, it's actually, I haven't even answered a question like this before, but I'm just a positive person. If I see a negative situation, I try and think positively, if it makes sense. Like, I don't want to stress myself out with negativity, because it can, it just causes a lot of like bad moments. But for me, I want to make myself feel comfortable, and I want the people around me to feel comfortable, because not everybody is the same. Not everybody has the high energy like a Jojo. I'm not the most intelligent person, but one thing I know is I've impacted people's lives because the way I am, or because of who I am and my character and my attitude. And that's, I've never changed. I won't change. And I just like to see the light in dark situations, basically. That's me.
If I can add to that, something that I try and do is, you know, you're generally negative, or you're in a bad mood when you're coming up against a brick wall, when you found some obstacle or challenge and you feel like you can't overcome it. And I think that's what we're trying to say, you know, covering this this attitude of growth, is to tell yourself when you get into that situation that it's not that you can't do it, it's just that you can't do it yet, right? And it's so important to embrace your challenges, whatever they are. Everyone's got different things that they're dealing with, because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. If you don't push yourself, you don't put in effort, you don't put in hard work, you never get to that place, then you're never going to get to where you want to be. So how do you motivate yourself? One of my answers would be learn to love the challenge, and learn to love even small amounts of progress. It can be really motivating.
Yeah, and even if you're facing challenges, it's also, like I said again, is how you react. So you can either choose to kind of like, oh no, I'm just not gonna deal with it, because the thing is how are you going to deal with all the other challenges to come if you can't deal with the challenge that you're facing at the moment? So something to think about.
Yeah, so I mean, to bring it all back to like a really practical example, I know there were a lot of questions about, you know, what if my school marks don't match up to my career aspirations, or I can't get into this university course, or I don't get that internship at that career. What do you do in that situation to stay positive? And I think we got such great advice from our speakers today. What you do is you say, you collect yourself. It's fine to be disappointed, but then, you collect yourself, you gather yourself, and you think, okay, what's my plan B here? How can I find another way? Because if you're truly passionate about this thing that you're going for, you will find another way, and you will learn more than you could have ever dreamed than if you went in a straight line. that you do by going around and dealing with the challenges and really confronting obstacles.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And last thing is your relationships that you build with mentors, people that you trust, who will guide you through your journey. That is very important. And keep those relationships, because you're always going to need advice. You're always going to need guidance. And whether it's your parents, whether it's your siblings, whether it's your teacher, take that to heart, because it's very important. You're going to need that guidance in the world of work. And for how long, I mean, you will only know, but it's very, very, very important to have that relationship. And yeah.
But this is what the Game Changer program is all about. We've run out of time today. We would love to sit here and discuss all of this stuff for hours and hours and hours and take your questions, but don't worry, because it's only the beginning. You've still got a long journey to walk with us, and we are excited to host plenty more of these events where you can dive deeper into the world of STEM 2D, into self-awareness, your skills, and gain a ton more experience. So thank you for joining today, and we are going to take you through one or two more next steps that you need to take if you want to continue on this game changer journey. Number one, Jody, what do we want our game changers to do?
To download the instructions for the journey of self-discovery.
How do they do that, tech team?
Tech team, it's coming in.
We're putting it in the chat.
YouTube chat and the Zoom chat. Check the chat.
Okay, so game changers, number one, download the instructions for the next event in the Game Changer program. It's called the Journey of Self-Discovery, and it's going to give you an opportunity to dive in and explore yourself, to get in touch with yourself, to investigate your personality, and to connect with our psychometrist, Karen, and get some really awesome, solid career advice depending on where you're at in your career journey.
The link will be posted on the chat. Thank you so much, Alex.
Okay, can we get that in the YouTube chat as well, tech team? Thank you very much.
Sure.
Number two, what do these game changers need to do, Jody?
To sign up to Future Me Online.
Future Me Online. Future Me Online is the place to be, game changers. If you're not on Future Me Online, what are you doing? All you need to do is go visit app.futureme.org.za, not .co.za, .org.za. So it's app.futureme.org.za. Tech team's going to post a link in the chat, and Future Me Online is where you go to find all things work, life, and learning. There are a ton of resources on there that you can watch. Plenty more speakers from J&J, articles, quizzes, information, you name it, we got it on Future Me Online.
And Matt and Jojo craziness.
Yeah, we're going to make some crazy, funny videos. You can tell us what you think, you know. So definitely get onto Future Me Online ASAP if you haven't already. And number three, Jody, what the game changers got to do?
In order for you to take part in the Journey of Self-Discovery program, you're going to need to apply.
Right.
So Tech Team will post.
How do we apply, Tech Team?
How do we apply? Are we posting more links?
Okay, it's a trick question because you apply through the instructions document that you've already downloaded. Okay. So game changers, thank you so much for joining today. We are going to cue some music. If that's everything, tech team, have we missed anything out? Okay, but we look forward to seeing you at the Journey of Self-Discovery, and to join us there, all you need to do is download the instructions that we've linked in the chat, and all of the instructions will be there. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for joining today's Career Open Day. Let's reflect back to our conversation with Sane, Samantha, and Claire, and all of the amazing things that we learned. Our little chat about our career toolkit and the importance of Jody's growth mindset, not Matt's grumpy attitude, and the next steps that you have to take to join us in round 2 of the Game Changer program.
Okay, and thanks to the tech team for sending all the relevant links into the chat. So everything has been sorted. You downloaded, guys.
We love you.
Let us know in the chat. Please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Become a subscriber on YouTube.
Subscribe to Instagram. Follow us on YouTube.
No, it's subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
No, it's subscribe to Facebook.
No, it's subscribe
Game
to
Changers, you
YouTube.
better subscribe to Facebook and like us on YouTube.
No, it's subscribe, like, and share and comment and all that on YouTube. Please follow us on Facebook and Future Music, Instagram.
Don't listen to us. We're old, but we promise you we're a lot of fun. And we look forward to connecting with you again at the journey of self-discovery. So do all that good social media stuff. We're going to cue some music, and yeah, we're free to take any questions that you might have. But if not, you are welcome to log out. Thank you very much for joining, everyone.
Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Yeah, it's Friday today.
Have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Teacher Hazel. Take care. Bye. Thank you so much to Teachers Marika, all the other teachers that joined us today, and Game Changers on YouTube. We do acknowledge you. Thank you so much for your participation. And yeah, have a good weekend. Bye.
Well done, Jody. Crushed it. Any last questions, anyone?
Any comments? Any questions?
Let us know what you thought of Career Open Day. Please fill out our survey. We've just posted it in the chat. Woo! I thought that was a really cool conversation. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done for taking your first step into the wonderful world of STEM 2D. Woohoo!
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you, Joy.
Hope.
Thank you, Hope.
And Jojo. Give it up for
Jojo.
Ooh, this technical moments, this technology is something else, but I've learned. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you, Matthew.
Yes, you're welcome.
And we're doing it again next week. So, yep.
Yeah, if you guys want to join another Career Open Day, you're more than welcome. Who we got here?
So who do we have?
Joy and Hope still in the chat.
Oh, you don't want to
but
leave?
otherwise, it seems like everyone is logged off.
Okay, should we do the countdown and then just log off, or do we give some a bit more time in case there's more comments?
I think we're safe to log off.
Okay. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Joy. Bye, Hope. Thank you for joining.